Saddam Hussein's army in 6 weeks.
Kuwait is liberated. Iraq's army is defeated.
With an approval rating near 90%, he was a commander-in-chief in complete control.
But it is not the end of bad news for the American economy.
Until a stubborn recession gripped the country.
The government said today that instead of creating jobs, the economy is taking them away. 8.7 million Americans are out of work.
Within a year, his approval numbers plummeted 50 points to 39%.
The president should have said, I've just done Desert Storm. Now we're going to do domestic storm. I'm going to turn my attention to the country, to our problems here. I'm going to concentrate on it. Here's how I'm going to do it. We didn't do that.
A master of foreign policy, Bush appeared increasingly out of touch with the problems of ordinary Americans. With the 1992 presidential election approaching, he was losing ground.
I feel your pain.
Bush's opponent, Bill Clinton, seemed the complete opposite, an energetic man of the people.
Oh, God, very tough time. Clinton was a charismatic, young challenger, and Bill Clinton campaigned on the economy's stupid, and he was right to focus on that.
Bush's re-election campaign was falling into disarray. His chief of staff, Samuel Skinner, was exhausted and frustrated, trying to run the West Wing and coordinate a campaign.
It can be the worst job in the world if you're in a losing campaign and what you're doing on behalf of the president and what the campaign's doing isn't resonating with the American people.
With only 3 months to go, the president threw the political equivalent of a Hail Mary pass. Bush asked his old friend James Baker to give up his post as Secretary of State, to take over as Chief of Staff, and rescue his floundering campaign.
I had been a close friend of George H.W. Bush. There was a seamless relationship there. It had existed for 35 years. He said, I need you back. And of course I said, of course I'll come.
And of course I'm prejudiced because he's perhaps my closest friend. But he was good. He was very good.
Baker would have to be good, because Bush's re-election faced an obstacle even tougher than the flagging economy. The surprise third-party candidacy of a Texas billionaire named H. Ross Perot.
Okay, well, we'll keep on going as long as you want to keep on going.
Perot was an old Texas friend. But they came to believe that his candidacy was motivated by an incident that took place years earlier, when Bush was Ronald Reagan's vice president.
The inside story of this is that Ross believed that there were live Americans still being held prisoners in Vietnam.
We left them. We knew we left them.
He came in to see President Reagan, and he wanted to go over there. And President Reagan said, well, we don't know that they're there, Ross. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll initiate an investigation. And the president ordered that review. It came back in. There were there's not a scintilla of evidence that there are any live Americans in Vietnam. And I never will forget, we're sitting in the Oval Office, and the president said, fellas, I'm not going to approve this because there are none. You guys are from Texas. You know Ross Perot. You tell him that we can't do it.
So, like a fool, I said, well, I'll do it, Mr. President. So I told Ross, I said, look, the president doesn't want you going to Vietnam anymore because we've got new leadership on this thing. And I think he took it very personal. And we had a friendship. He visited Barbara and me in May, and then it got ugly and mean, and I didn't like it at all.
I think that Ross got pissed off and shot the messenger.
There is a difference between making